What's up guys, Dan here for Sim Racing Source. Thanks so much for joining in for today's video. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about these leaked photos. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably run across this article on GT Planet where they're talking about these supposed leaked images of the new high-end set of Thrustmaster pedals. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I have no information on whether or not these are real. I don't know. I'm just going to be talking a little speculation here on what I think. Maybe what I think could be going on here, and just kind of discuss these a little bit because I haven't heard too many people talking about them, but I have seen them floating around the internet quite a bit. First thing I want to talk about is the box art here. So there's some talk on whether or not these are legit. Now, the first photo, which I will put up on screen here, I'm taking a look at on my laptop, is this box art. And I have to say, I've got some random Thrustmaster goodies all over here in some boxes and stuff, and I do have to say that if somebody faked this box, they did a damn good job, because this looks just like a legitimate Thrustmaster box. It looks just like their branding. It definitely looks like something they could have created. So if you just look at the box itself, it looks pretty legit. Again, do we know if they're legit? No. If you have some insider information that you would like to let me know, please reach out to me and let me know. But as far as I'm aware, I do not know if these are released. I have not had any official information given to me. So it could be real, it could not be real. I don't know. People are really good with Photoshop these days, guys. It's amazing. Let me tell you a couple of reasons why I'm kind of leaning towards this may not be perfectly accurate. It definitely has not to do with the box, because the box looks legit. But if you haven't seen these, basically, this is supposed to be a new high-end set of Thrustmaster pedals. They're supposed to have a load cell brake pedal. Great. If this is true, it's about time Thrustmaster is getting into the load cell game. But not only that, they're supposed to have magnetic sensors in the gas pedal and the clutch. So that's pretty cool, too. That's a technology not many companies use. And so that's really stepping up the game. Now, if all that stuff is true, that is great, but let me talk about why I kind of think this may not be true. I specifically put this set of pedals on the desk here. This is my set of T3PA Pro pedals. I've put these things through the ringer. I've had them for a very long time, and this officially is the most highest end set of pedals that you can get from Thrustmaster. They also have a lot of two-piece pedals that come with random wheels, depending on what you buy. The TX comes with a two-piece pedal and some other stuff, but you either, basically, as far as three pedals go for them, you guys know you can get a T3PA pedals or the T3PA Pros like these. Now, if you've had both the T3PA and the T3PA Pros, you will know that there is a huge jump in quality going from the T3PAs to the T3PA Pros, okay? There's a lot more metal in this. The construction is a lot better. They feel much more solid. They're also mountable in two different ways. You can mount them like I have them here, or you can invert them. You don't have to buy a new set of pedals like Fanatic. There's two different sets of pedals. The inverted is much more expensive. That's not the deal here with Thrustmaster. Thrustmaster, the T3PA Pros are actually a really good set of pedals. The issue is there's no load cell. That's the biggest issue there, and the feeling on the gas and the brake pedal is a simple spring mechanism. It's not that great, but it's not terrible. When I look at these photos, and like I said, guys, I will be putting pictures of these photos on screen so you can kind of look along with me if you haven't seen this stuff. From a visual quality standpoint, these supposed high-end Thrustmaster pedals look closer to me in build quality, again, just looking at these pictures, to the T3PA pedals and not the T3PA Pro pedals. If this truly does end up being what these high-end Thrustmaster pedals are, personally, I would rather get a load cell kit and install it into the T3PA Pro pedals, because these look to be a higher quality. Again, I'm basing it on photos that may or may not be even real. But, you know, just take a look at these pictures. This is definitely some kind of ABS black plastic that's kind of surrounding a similar metal pedal plate, basically. But even, I mean, it's hard to tell, but the pedal plate on these look really thin and cheap, especially compared to what we have here in the T3PA Pros. Also, the pedal faces themselves look pretty cheaply made to be a quote-unquote high-end set of pedals. Only one of these photos can I see anything remotely looking like it could be a braking mechanism. And what I'm talking about, I'll put this on screen here. I'm talking about the spring, or quote unquote, this so-called load cell behind the brake pedal. Honestly, all I see is a spring, and you can barely see the piece of that spring. So I don't know if these in fact have a load cell or not, but they do look like the exact same picture of the pedals that are on the box. Now, this is what I want to pay attention to right here. If we go back to the picture of the box, which looks very realistic, but it gives us a really good side view of the pedals. There's two things I want you to notice here. Number one, the pedals on this box do not have the Thrustmaster branding on the front. If you look at what I'm calling picture number 2 or 3, you see it has the Thrustmaster logo in white down on the bottom. That would be shown, that would be there on the box art, 100%. So I guess what I'm saying is on the box art, there's no branding on the physical pedals. That kind of gives me a little bit of leeriness, because why would they be on the other ones but not on the box? Well, probably because it was not as easy to Photoshop that. Again, guys, I'm not being a hater here. I'm not saying that these are not real, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on these being real, because to me, no matter which one of these pictures you look at, the quality of these pedals are not high end. So if they do produce these, who are they trying to aim them at? They're clearly not better built than these. Let's get the load cell out of the way. As far as build quality, these do not look like they're built as well as the T3PA Pros. There's a lot of plastic in these photos. So what do? Do you price them over the T3PA Pro pedals? And then you're competing with the Fanatic V3 pedals, which just ignore mine. I did remove the clutch pedal. I'm running them. I've modified them into a 2-piece pedal, but just pretend like this is a standard 3-piece V3 pedals. Where do you price these? Because they're clearly, again, guys, I'm going to switch through these pictures here so you can take a look at them. I mean, the pedals in these pictures look real. They do look like something that actually does exist. But I'm just not so sure they're actually a Thrustmaster pedal. And if they are Thrustmaster pedals, I mean, you tell me, does this look high-end to you? Load cell, brake pedal or not? I mean, does this look high-end? And typically, even on their lower-end pedals, Thrustmaster typically has their name branded into the pedal face, okay? On these, there's no branding on these. And I was trying to, let me see if I can blow this up a little bit just for my own sake here. I'm trying to figure out the actual levers that the pedal face is mounted to, is bolted to. It's hit or miss. When you look at them from the front, it does look like it could be maybe a piece of stamped aluminum. It could be some kind of metal, but when you see them on the box art, where it gives you a really nice image of the side, to me, it looks like it's a very similar plastic that's supposed to look like metal, very similar to what is on the T3PA Pro pedals. This is actually very durable, but it's plastic. The frame itself is all metal, but the levers, the pedal levers themselves, they're plastic, not metal. I don't know if you know that. The pedal faces are a type of metal. I'm not even exactly sure. Those might even be plastic too. I'm not really 100% sure, to be honest with you. But overall, these seem to be a better build quality than what I'm seeing in these pictures. So I'm just not going to hold my breath. And honestly, like I said, if they do release these, and these are supposed to be their high-end pedals, for me, if I was a Thrustmaster fan and I was going to continue to use Thrustmaster, I would find an aftermarket kit to add a load cell to these, because these still appear to be way better quality and way better built than these very plasticky, quote-unquote, high-end pedals. But I thought I'd bring that up. If you haven't seen these, I'll link the article to where I found these pictures, if it's still up. Now, I've seen these in a few different places, but they're slowly being pulled off of the internet. That's kind of interesting all in itself. There used to be quite a few articles. Now I can only find one on GT Planet, and there's absolutely no information on that article. Basically, the article just says that you know, it's a guy that posts these pictures and he says, does anybody have any other information on these pictures I found on the internet? There were some articles from what I've heard, some Chinese websites and some various other places that did have some information like prices and things like that, but they've been pulled down. I have tried to find them. I cannot find any information. So if you do have any information on these guys, please feel free to share it with me if you would. I'd love to know what's going on. I really would love to see Thrustmaster get into the high-end pedal market. I really would. It's long overdue. I would also love to see them do something in the direct drive market. But I don't know if they're going to do that or not. And if these are truly what they're calling a high-end set of pedals, I'm a little concerned about the direction they're going in. Please let me know what you think in the comments. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think about this. I thought I'd make a quick video because I found it pretty interesting. Maybe you will too. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have information about them, please let me know. And as always, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me for these videos. If you like this style of video, please let me know. I'll do more news videos and things like that if you would like to see. Otherwise, we're just going to continue on with the reviews is what we're mostly going to do in 2020. But if you do like this type of video, please let me know. I'll be glad to do a lot more of these because they're kind of easy to sit down and just kind of have a conversation with you guys. So, okay, that's going to be it. I'll wrap it up here. Thanks so much as always, guys. I'll talk to you in the next video. We'll see you later.